Hey, we're back with a bonus video, and we have no idea when the fuck this is going out because it's just whenever I'm not lazy and decide to edit it and have time. But it's here, it's queer, and it is the Space Jam 2: A New Legacy review.
What?
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. That would have been a better name for it, honestly.
Yeah.
Space Jam 2: Electric Boogaloo.
What's on your name?
Just go full meme. All right. We don't really need to introduce ourselves because it is well known which three Memelords went to go see Space Jam.
Yes.
Being me, Owen, and Ark. We went to go see it 2 weeks ago at the time of this recording.
Something like that? I think so.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, 2 weeks ago because we just finished week 3 of work and we watched it week 1.
yeah. Right. So, yeah. Space Jam 2: A New Legacy. Ark.
Why everyone's still in the Bronx head though?
Yeah. Ark, we'll start with your initial thoughts on the movie.
It was it was tough to decide where to put this film and like a rating. But the first one, I don't know. It feels like it was better than the first one in some areas, but not in some other areas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get that, yeah.
Isn't that just like every sequel ever though?
Yes and no.
Yeah. It definitely had like better narrative and like better like animation and all this stuff and like somewhat better acting and whatnot. But other than that, I mean,
I wonder why the original one came out in like what, the 90s?
96.
I know that, but still.
The Bronx have taken its talents to the Monsters.
Well, they're not called the Monstars in this one, so kind of can't.
Fucking.
But we'll get to. I was gonna say we'll get to that in a bit, but.
They'll get Don Cheadle in the
Name a more tragic villain. Anyway, continue, Ark. Man, the suspense is killing me on what Ark's gonna say.
What? Oh, well,
Right.
it's just. I mean, it was good.
Don't
But
get
like,
it wrong.
don't get me wrong, it was an alright movie. It wasn't like.
Didn't hold up to the original.
I guess you could say that.
See, I purposely avoided watching the original any time before I went to go see the second one because I wanted to judge it as its own movie. Because if I did it going in watching the first one, for anybody who hasn't seen the GOAT podcast, will know that I defended the Space Jam 2 as the GOAT movie. I still to this day think that. Now, do I think A New Legacy was a necessary sequel? In 2021, no. In 2012, yes. Really, they should have took advantage when LeBron left Cleveland to go to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And then he could have took his talents to the Monstars. Jordan could have reprised his role with the Toon Squad. I think that would have been cool. Which, if they make a third one, watch, that's probably what they're going to do. But
that'd be cool.
It would be, but like, before we like actually review the movies and what we liked and like, we'll just get initial thoughts here. The storyline was better than the first one by fucking far.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was better, there's better character development. There was a better reasoning of why the villain did the way it did. Because, I mean, nothing against the first one, but I mean, the first one just, it was so much filler, I found, in the first one to before you got to the game. But the problem with the second one is that there was a bit of filler to get to the game, but the game was like an hour and 30 minutes of the movie, or like 30, 45 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And that felt a little unnecessary to be that long of a basketball scene when, as soon as you knew it started, that's how your movie was going to end. But before the movie ended, there's going to be one big lesson about how, LeBron learned to accept his son for who he was, which I called coming like 3 miles away. But no, again, the basketball scene, honestly, I'd say the first one had the better basketball scene. But leading up to the basketball game, the second one was better. Because every character had their motivation. like
Yep.
Don Cheadle, who was the villain of this film, had his motivation on why he wanted LeBron James, like why he wanted this to happen, so he'd be like
What
recognized.
was his name in the movie again? It was
Algorithm,
LG
LG Rhythm, yeah, which is a fucking stupid name, but no, but like he had clear motives on why he wanted LeBron and why he thought LeBron would be a good endorsement, which I mean, if you're gonna get somebody to endorse you, why not have LeBron James fucking do it? But no, and like Bugs Bunny even wanting to get the gang back together when Don Cheadle like banished them to other realms of the Warner universe. Like, I mean, yeah, was it kind of like fucking, oh my god, references? Yeah, kinda. Was it just a cash grab to flex how much Warner owns? Probably. But like, I'm sorry, some of them were really funny. Like Porky the Pig and fucking Daffy Duck as Superman, that was fucking hilarious. I don't care what anybody says. That shit was hilarious. I liked that.
I liked Grandma and Speedy Gonzales in the Matrix.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then Lola Bunny and Bugs Bunny's whole like back and forth when she was doing the trial to become an Amazon. That bit was good. But we can play basketball with an all-star. Been there, done that 20 years ago. Like, I mean, I like how so.
Been there, done that.
Yes, she did.
I don't think so. But
She
maybe.
said it was like been there, done that like 20 years ago, or I did that 20 years ago, or something like that. Because it was a reference to the first one. And also what I liked about the second movie is it wasn't a standard basketball game like it was in the first movie. It was based off of LeBron's kid's game that he was tinkering on throughout the whole game. Or movie, sorry. Which I thought that was kind of cool, so they put that twist on it instead of it being a normal basketball game. Alright, Owen, what are your initial thoughts before we get a little bit more into the meat and potatoes of the movie?
My initial thoughts are that Don Cheadle challenges LeBron James to a basketball game, and LeBron James recruits cartoon characters for family.
For family.
Family.
I mean, yeah, we kind of... Vin Diesel memes really ruined us. Even throughout that movie, it really ruined us. Because anytime they mentioned family, like, us and our best Dom Toretto voice, for family!
Family.
Family! Any other thoughts, or is that about it?
That's about all my initial thoughts.
Alright. Let's get into some of the negatives of the movie. What didn't you guys like about the movie?
The family.
You can't like and dislike the family at the same time. No, but in all seriousness, what didn't you like about the movie? Any of you can start.
LeBron son switched teams halfway through.
What? You kind of cut out.
The fact that LeBron's Hamas's son switched teams halfway through.
Yeah, but I kind of seen that coming though, because just the way Don Cheadle's character LG Rhythm was acting throughout the whole basketball scene, it kind of made me suspect that there would be kind of the whole switcheroo. Mm-hmm. Because it didn't make sense to have Don Cheadle on the side in essentially the game that he challenged him in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like how when the Monstars challenged them, all the Monstars were in, except for the big Kahuna, but I mean, he was a fat old cigar puffing motherfucker. I don't think he was getting on a basketball court anytime soon.
I mean, he could.
And what I like about... One difference, though, and this is actually a positive, instead of basketball stars getting their talents stolen, like they did in the first movie, and then we had to watch them and how they had no game anymore, and they had to go through therapy. Although there was one good thing where I think it was Patrick Ewing, I believe, was in therapy, and his therapist is like, "Are you having troubles performing anywhere else in your life?" That was pretty funny. But instead of taking the talent out of basketball players, they got actual basketball players and WNBA players to play the actual villain team, which I thought was a better change than... Yeah. I thought that was better personally.
Not only did they do that, but the whole algorithm thing. He literally took their their things that were in the game.
Yeah. Because it
Like,
was all based
enhanced
off the game, pretty much. Like that whole basketball team was based off the game.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like though is LeBron as the main actor. I didn't mind it, but with the basketball scene in particular, I don't know. I didn't really like it because like it's like, oh, we gotta do fundamentals, like the amount of times he said fucking fundamentals. Like, I mean, if they allowed booze in the theater and I were to take a shot every time he said fundamentals, I probably wouldn't have been able to drive home. And I was driving us.
Walk out.
Like, I mean, and then then they get dunked on so badly, and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then he's like, oh, if only I knew what to do. And then he's like, wait, we'll get Looney, which is what they should have did like a half an hour before that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but whereas Michael Jordan, I mean, yeah, he kind of lied about the whole go-go juice thing or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That was actually just water. But like he inspired them in the like if you look at the two halves, like halftime in between Space Jam 1 and 2, in Space Jam 1, Michael Jordan's all like, "You guys got this." Like, you know, it's been in you all along and all that corny crap, and then it leads them to victory. Whereas LeBron's like, fundamentals, but fundamentals isn't working. My name's LeBron. What the fuck can I do? Like, I don't know. I didn't like that. Personally, I think Michael Jordan was better at halftime with the Looney Tunes as opposed to LeBron. That's just like the halftime scene for LeBron was weaker than Jordan. But there was two parts of the halftime scene that I want to get into a little later, but that was more part of what was good about the movie. That was more of what's good about the movie. We'll talk about that when we get into like the little bit of what was good about the movie. Anything else that you guys didn't really like that the movie did?
Not really.
I don't really know what exactly like the other things.
Okay.
I mean, I like the one thing I kind of enjoyed was like actually like animating LeBron James into the Toon World. That was
that was a nice change as opposed to what they did with Michael, where it was real human in cartoon world. They at least animated him for. And then the CGI upgrades, that was a nice touch for the Looney Tunes too.
That was definitely.
I definitely agree. Like I like how they kind of touch with both styles. That was a good one. I do agree, that was a good one. Alright, well let's get into some of our favorite things of the movie then. Oh, and I'm gonna let you start because I think I already know exactly where you're gonna go with this.
What?
I think I know your favorite scene because you kind of burst out laughing when it came up. It was when LeBron and Bugs first met.
The Big Chungus one?
Yeah. Big Chungus.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a nice little cameo, and it goes back to it went back to that original whole skit, so that was kind of nice touch. Oh, one thing I didn't like about the movie though.
A bunch of different skits combined.
Yeah, but one thing quickly that I didn't like about the movie, the fact that they got rid of the original Space Jam song for a shitty remix.
Yeah,
that kind of saddened me.
Yeah.
All right, continue on.
I already said everything.
I didn't hear you because I kind of interrupted you.
I said it wasn't really it wasn't the same scene. It was like different scenes from similar styled episodes.
Yes, but I believe like Elmer Fudd and Big Chungus were actually together, and they had LeBron as Elmer Fudd as opposed to Elmer Fudd as Elmer Fudd.
No, not really.
Also, one thing I liked, I don't remember if you remember, but when LeBron James was in the animated world and they're getting the Toon Squad back together, did you see what his board said for his dream team?
Yeah, like Shrek, Goku.
No.
Wasn't it
Iron
that?
Giant.
No, it was Iron
Superman,
Giant, Superman,
King Kong.
Godzilla, King Kong. Who else? Like, there was 2 more. I think Harry Potter was on there.
I actually want to check now.
But anyway, it was all a bunch of Warner Brothers references, which actually I think every single one of them made a cameo in the final basketball game scene. I think.
Yep.
No, I
believe
just found that a nice touch how they were thinking Warner Brothers and not just like Looney Tunes. I think that was a nice touch. Same with like just the costume design on like LeBron when LeBron and Bugs Bunny were hopping through the worlds, how they like blended in with those worlds with their wardrobe. That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, were the references kind of like, oh, haha, I get that. That's a reference. Were they a little annoying? Some of them, yes. Were some of them like really hilarious? Yes. Again, made the Matrix parody with Grandma and Speedy. That was pretty fucking hilarious.
I also like the fact that Bugs and LeBron were dressed up as fucking Nero and
yeah, that was funny too. Neo and yeah.
I forget what other, but
yeah. No, I know what you mean. Lawrence Fishburne's character, I believe. Morbius.
Yeah. Yeah, Morpheus.
Morpheus, yeah. Also, but like, I also like how they kind of kept the same whole thing with Bugs and Lola from the first one. How like Bugs was still all humana for her. Like, because I mean, again, it's little continuities like that they did.
Superman, Gandalf, King Kong, Iron Giant.
That's what it was. Yes, I remember.
Let's see the rest of them. That's like the 4 I remember so far.
I think that was the only 4 before they started getting the Toon Squad back together that he put.
Something like that, yeah.
But no, yeah. And like just the whole exploring the Warnerverse was kind of annoying, but like it was also kind of cool at the same time because you got to see the Looney Tunes in movies that they really shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Like The Matrix, like Harry Potter, like Lord of the Rings and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or Casablanca as well, even. But I mean, like,
was it
Casablanca? I believe.
yeah.
It was Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam, maybe.
I think.
Yes, but like some of the references, kids would be like, "Hey, I get that," but like with Casablanca, they'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like, I mean, I understand that they kind of wanted to go like the reference route because Space Jam 1 was such a meme with certain shit. But like it's like they tried too hard to make Space Jam 2 a meme.
Yeah,
and they missed out on the most obvious meme with LeBron James. How come LeBron didn't offer a Sprite Cranberry to anybody?
Yeah.
No, but like I think the basketball scene for the most part was very, very, very well done.
Yeah.
LeBron's fake wife getting mad at the agent for losing LeBron. And then that agent's whole also conversation with the security guard being like, how the hell do you lose, like, what was it, 3-time NBA champion and NBA All-Star LeBron James? He's like, shut up, I didn't lose him, I simply
misplaced.
Yeah, I simply misplaced him. But no, one thing I didn't like, though, is how gullible, well, one thing that bothered me, I guess, maybe not that I didn't like, but bothered me about the movie, is how gullible, LeBron James's kid is. With the whole being easily manipulated by Don Cheadle, and then seeing the error of his ways, and then going back to his father, and, like, I mean, I know you had to have that feel-good, butt-warming moment for the audience, but, like, I don't know, just the way it was executed, maybe. Because, I mean, LeBron seemed like a real fucking dick in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Jordan wasn't the same, like, if we're comparing 1 and 2, I don't ever remember Jordan really being a dick to his family.
Yeah.
I mean, and they touched on whole, like, they basically made fun of Michael Jordan's for like a solid 30 minutes with his fucking baseball career. Like, they actively made fun of Jordan when it came to that, but they, like, it's almost like LeBron, they couldn't poke fun at LeBron. Really, the only thing that they poked fun at is how he team hopped to ring chase. That's really the only thing that they kind of poked fun at, and I don't know if that was because it was, like, in a clause in LeBron's contract or what the hell it was, but it seemed LeBron wasn't as, like, willing to be almost made fun of as Michael Jordan was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Michael Jordan got tackled by a fucking bulldog and licked to death. Like, I don't know. And then, like, a nice touch, though, is kind of how LeBron James fangirled over Bugs Bunny. Kind of like how, in the first movie when Michael's like, oh, I'm gonna need, like, my lucky basketball shorts and shit. And then Daffy and Bugs break into his house. And then it's like, his daughter's like, oh my god, you're Bugs Bunny. And then it's like, here's my dad's basketball shorts. Like, not even questioning it. But, like, again, if you sit and compare, there are, like, I agree that there are some things the second one did better than the first, but for the most part, I also agree that there's some that the first movie did way better than the second. Like I said, the halftime scene with LeBron and Michael killed that, except for, and I'm going to talk about maybe probably the funniest moment in the movie right here. It's when Sylvester the cat comes in and he's like, hey guys, I found Michael Jordan. And everybody's like, you found Michael Jordan? And then he's like, yeah, I found Michael Jordan. And LeBron's like, you found the king of... And then it was Michael B. Jordan. Like,
Michael J. Jordan.
Yeah, not Michael J. Jordan. But it sounded like you said A, and I think we, like, literally disputed...
It did sound like that.
And I thought we disputed, like, what his actual middle name was, and I think we Googled it on the way home.
Yeah, and then Google it said J. But
yeah. So maybe it was J, but it just sounded like A.
But I don't know.
But no, like... And then Sylvester the cat, I thought he aged gracefully. Like, I mean, it sucks that Michael Jordan couldn't have a cameo in the movie. I feel like that was the one missed opportunity to have him even just cameo in some shape or form.
True.
Even when, like, the whole Toon Squad was bummed out for just, like, even Bugs to, like, kind of have, like, that flashback from, like, the first scene where, like, Michael was giving them that whole spiel about how it's been inside them the whole time and that it was just water. Even if he, like, did that and they kind of made further reference to that, I feel like that would have been fine if that's how they wanted to cameo him, if he couldn't actually cameo. But, I mean, I won't lie. I did get a good laugh out of the whole Michael B. Jordan thing. Yeah. That was probably, honestly, I think that was the highlight of the movie.
You got the wrong Jordan.
You got the wrong Jordan. No, but, again, the whole movie was, it was an interesting thing. Was it a sequel that needed to happen? No. Was it an obvious cash grab? Yeah. Just because nostalgia is the big thing. But I will say that, the ending is probably the best part. And if you don't want spoilers for the ending, just skip ahead a little bit. But, the game is tied, and Don Cheadle's being Don Cheadle, basically being the villain. And LeBron's like, oh my god, like, we got, like, 10 seconds, how the fuck are we gonna win? And then LeBron's like, oh yeah, my signature move where I fucking slide to the right, slide to the left, and then shoot the ball. Or whatever. So he's like, pass it to me, I'll sacrifice myself. And then everybody's like, oh, are you sure, LeBron? And then Bugs is like, nah, homie, I'm not gonna let you outstage me. And then Bugs is the one to do the move. And it was kind of like a sacrifice, but wasn't, because you later find out back when they're in the real world after the end of all this shit. All the Looney Tunes are in the real world. Which I kind of thought was a nice touch, because, like, actually, and the funniest thing was having the Looney Tunes, like, replaced in, like, real life events.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when Grandma was knocking out Ronda Rousey, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, found out who really beat Ronda.
Yep.
But, like, no, again, was it a good movie? Absolutely. As a standalone movie. If they just did this, like, a standalone Looney Tunes basketball movie, I don't think you'd be getting as much flack as it is, but it's getting so much flack because it had the Space Jam name attached to it.
Yeah.
With that being said, what would you guys rate it out of 10?
The bronze drama set now. Probably like a 6 or 7 sometimes.
6 or 7? Respectable. Arc?
7.5, 8 probably as a standalone.
As a standalone, I'd say an 8.
Or
As
7.5 or an 8.
yeah,
That was the same right
as
there,
a
like,
Space Jam sequel, I'd rate it like a 7, 6.5.
yeah.
It has its good moments. It has its bad moments. I think it's good for kids who haven't seen the original and want to kind of understand what the basis of the movie is, and maybe it will inspire them to actually go and watch the original. But as it sits, I'd say the original is the better of the two films, for the most part. Space Jam 2, A New Legacy. We give it, if you combine our scores, it'd be a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I do recommend you go and see it. If you were a fan of the first Space Jam, don't go. Okay, if you're a fan of the original Space Jam, don't go into it with high hopes, because it will not live up to those hopes and expectations. But if you're just genuinely curious to see what the sequel is about, I think you would genuinely enjoy it. They kind of put their own twists on it so that it wasn't quite like the original, which again, the way they did the basketball game, nice touch. Again, LeBron learning, family is more important than anything. Kind of the cheesy lesson that we knew was going to be learned. We knew that was going to be learned as soon as, honestly, I knew that was going to happen as soon as LeBron's son was named captain of the Goon Squad.
Yeah.
I will say this though, Don Cheadle arguably stole the show in that whole movie. Other than like the Looney Tunes themselves, I'd say Don Cheadle was the strongest part of that movie.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hard to argue that.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle was the best part of that movie. So if you're a fan of Don Cheadle, you'll really like this movie for what he did in it. If you're a fan of basketball, LeBron James is in it. And, if you're a fan of the Looney Tunes, just don't, like the original Space Jam like I am, don't go in with super high expectations because it probably won't live up to them. But, keep an open mind to it, and I think you'll enjoy it. Will we ever review another movie? I don't know. I'd still love to do a drunk review of Dragon Ball Evolution one day. I really would. That's literally on the bucket list. I want to see how we'd think of it if we were drunk off our fucking ass. But no. I don't know if movie reviews are going to be a regular thing, but for now, this was a movie review. After, kind of hype and publicity died down for Space Jam 2, because we were kind of late to this party, but, like, the three of us work, so we really only ever have times Fridays and Saturdays together, and then we have other shit commitments to do for this channel, so. No, but I say it's a solid 7 out of 10. I highly recommend it if you are, if it piques your interest, go see it. Honestly, I can't say it's a waste of your money.
It was not.
No.
You'll get enough enjoyment out of it that it wasn't a waste of your money.
Yeah.
You'll get enough, like, again, and especially if you're a fan of, like, some of the movies that were parodied, or some of the franchises that were parodied, or even if you were like, a fan of the Looney Tunes. Again, other than Don Cheadle, the Looney Tunes really, really stole the show. Bugs in particular.
Yeah.
But no, if you like the Looney Tunes, you'll probably enjoy what they did in this movie. If you're a fan of Don Cheadle, you'll really enjoy his work in it. Honestly, yeah, Don Cheadle, best character of the movie. And I also do like how they kind of paid a homage to the original Space Jam with the whole little cliff notes of LeBron's career, like they did with Jordan. But one thing, actually, before we end, one thing I didn't like, and I know Owen didn't like this either, about the movie, is the way it started, because we had no idea that the movie started. Because I don't know if it was just the theater that we went to, but it didn't say the don't be like a Tommy texter and shit like that and turn off your phone and enjoy the featured presentation. It never did that, so we didn't know that the movie started, and it was literally just some. I was about to say some black kid, but I'm gonna rephrase that. It was just some kid. It was just some kid and his mom, and I said as a joke, "Mom, you're gonna watch a basketball game." "No, son, you'll never be as good as LeBron." I said that as a joke, and then it was LeBron. It actually turned out to be a young LeBron and his mom, and I was like, "Wait, the movie fucking started?" So I don't know if that was just.
I literally looked over. Did this movie start?
Like, I don't know if it was just the theater we went to that did that, or like if that's just how it was supposed. Like, because like there was no indication that that was the start of the movie.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm trying to think. The first one didn't do that, did it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yes, it did, I think, actually. Yes, it started with Jordan outside playing hoops while Fly Like an Eagle was playing. I believe. Before the credits, before the starting credits. So it did pull that. But you could tell, but with the first one, it was a little more clear that that was the start. I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to theater productions, and it's saying, like, turn off your phones and enjoy the show. And that's how you know, like, the movie's starting. When it didn't do that, it kind of threw me for a loop. But as soon as I knew it was Space Jam that we were watching, I was like, oh, okay. Also, one sad fact about when we went, we were the oldest people that weren't parents that went.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we were the oldest people there. And Owen almost said that's the guy from Fortnite, and I would have punched him. But no, that was our review of Space Jam 2. Again, solid 7 out of 10. Other than the confusing start for us, but that could have just been for us. I don't know, maybe you had a better movie experience. Again, not that ours was bad or anything, it's just confused us as all. If you're watching this, comment down below. What do you think of Space Jam 2? Do you think it lived up to the original? Do you think it's better than the original? If you think it's better than the original, we'll probably disagree with your opinion, but we'll hear it.
Your wrong opinion.
Yeah, we'll hear your wrong opinion, because the first one is better than the second one. But no, in all seriousness, no. As if it wasn't a Space Jam movie, I don't think it'd get as much hate as it does.
No.
But again, it is what it is. Did it leave it open for a third one? Yes. Do I think that's gonna happen? I hope not. Honestly, like, just after watching this one, I hope not. You missed the opportunity back in, like, 2012 to make the sequel.
Yeah.
And then I think I said as a joke to Ark, actually.
Yes,
I said that was left open to a sequel. I was like, great, what will we be? 41 when it fucking comes out? Because it took almost 30 years for that one to come out. Is it going to take another 30 years for the third one to come out? We'll all come to the theater when we're like fucking 40, and then there's a bunch of fucking 12-year-old kids.
Didn't you also say when, like, before the movie even started, there's something about a dab, and then, like...
Yes! Oh my god. Okay, so we got, so I don't know if all movie theaters do this, but the one we went to did it with the collector's cups. This is a true story. Me and Owen, we were drinking out of our cup, and he's like, "Oh, LeBron's in my eye when I'm trying to drink," and I was like, "Yeah, at least you don't got LeBron dabbing in your face on yours." And then Owen looked at my cup, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it kind of does look like LeBron's trying to do a dab." And then like 5-10 minutes into the movie, LeBron and his son, yeah, LeBron and his son were having like a heart-to-heart moment, and then he said something. He's like, "Oh, did you say, Dad, dab?" And then he dabbed, and I was like, "Oh my Jesus Christ!" The fact that I predicted that LeBron James would dab this fucking movie. But now, all in all, other than me just calling this movie like from right and left, I've seen enough movies to know when a trope's coming.
Mm-hmm.
This is why nobody watches horror movies with me. I'm bad for it. But no, again, comment down below. Did you think the movie was good? Bad? Do you feel indifferent about the movie? Did you think the sequel shouldn't have happened? Do you think it should have happened? Any comments on the movie we'd appreciate. Again, we only joke and say that your opinion's wrong if you think the second one. If you genuinely have never seen the first one, or you think the second one's stronger just because of the better animation style and shit like that, honestly, like we said, we get that. From an animation standpoint, the second one is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But again, plot standpoint, I'm giving it to the first. Maybe what we'll do, maybe, don't quote us on this, maybe we'll do kind of like a comparison to one, like a better comparison to 1 and 2. And we'll kind of like see which one did better where. Maybe. Don't quote us on that. I think it'd be cool to do, so maybe we might. But we'd have to watch the first one again, and we'd have to rewatch the second one kind of back to back.
Yeah.
Just to have better. So maybe look out for that. That might be a thing. So yeah. But altogether, it was a good movie. I'd recommend it. I don't know about the other two Memelords, but I'd recommend it.
Yeah, same.
Is it going to be an instant classic that you want to rewatch a whole bunch of times? Probably not. And I don't think, unless in like 20 years from now it becomes a cult classic, I don't think it's going to be a cult classic. But, hey, weirder shit has happened. But no. We've been 3/4 of the Memelords. Leave any comments about Space Jam 2 down below, Space Jam 1, and if maybe you want to see us review more movies. Again, there is one video really on our bucket list. I really want to do a drunk review of Dragon Ball Evolution because it is notoriously known as the worst movie ever.
Or at least one of them.
Yeah, or at least one of them. And if you want to see us do more movie reviews, comment below what movie. Maybe we've seen it, maybe we haven't, maybe we need a refresher, maybe we don't. It can be any movie. Just came out, that's been out for like 10 years. Doesn't matter. We're always open to suggestions. We're always looking for better content and content to do here. Because, I mean, hey, we don't do a whole much. We do a podcast on Saturdays, and then we do whatever we're feeling like on a Wednesday. Right now, we're playing through Lights, Camera, Pants. If you're into that, go check it out. We're all genuinely having a good time. It's Ark's first time playing it. He seems to be really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice change of pace.
Again, hopefully we'll eventually have Suda back on this channel. He's still a part of the family, but he just, again, with his whole move and his work schedule, it's hard because now we're all working and we're working different schedules. But me, Owen, and Ark usually have nights off, whereas Suda might not. So yeah, keep posted to the channel. Podcast every Saturday. Something different going on a Wednesday. It could be a game, could be a tier list, could be a video review, could be, because again, we got a few things planned that we want to do. It's just will we be able to do it? Hard to say. So yeah, subscribe for more. Check out the Twitch if you haven't. We are live every Saturday, sometimes Sundays, doing a bunch of random shit. Right now, Owen doesn't have a computer, so we're kind of fucking around on the internet. Just going through websites like Tier Maker, Sporkle, Bracket Fight. We did some Pokemon Showdown. Check out the greatest showdown battle in history. Up on the channel.
Oh my Jesus, Mother Mary Joseph Christ.
Ark's getting PTSD Vietnam
Getting
style
Vietnam
flashbacks. Fortunate son intensifies. But no, check out anything on the channel. Go check out the Twitch, Memelords vs. Zordo.twitch.tv. We're live every Saturday around 6 o'clock Atlantic. Is that what we are?
Yeah, that's what we are.
Yeah, Atlantic Standard Time. We're 6 o'clock there. We usually go till about 9,
6,
10.
So that'd be 5 Eastern.
Yeah. And we go till about 10 Atlantic. 10 to 11 Atlantic, depending on what we're doing. Yeah. We hope you enjoyed this video. And if you ever want to see us, again, like I said, ever want to see another movie review, comment down below what movie. We have a few in mind. It's just, will we ever do this again? Hard to say. If there's enough demand for it, we'll do it. And if there's not, we'll probably still do it. Alright. Peace out. Say goodbye, losers.
Boy.
Boy.
Bye bye.
Oh, and I also need to say that Woody is wet.